Welcome to Civil Procedure. My name is Professor Schmidt, and I will be facilitating this online course. The purpose of this video is to review the syllabus, get you comfortable with the course, and to introduce myself. My goal is that hopefully by the end of this recording, you're going to feel comfortable talking to me, reaching out to me throughout the semester. So let's start with a little bit of background about me. I graduated from the University of Virginia School of Law. I then went to work at a law firm in Cleveland, Ohio. Even though it's based in Cleveland, Ohio, it actually has an international presence, Jones Day. I then clerked for two different federal judges, one at the trial court level, a district judge, and then one at the federal appellate level, a circuit court judge. Both of those judges were in Jacksonville, Florida. After those clerkships, I then taught at Florida Coastal School of Law. I taught there for about 4 years, and I taught a number of different courses, including civil procedure, constitutional law, criminal procedure, contracts, and professional responsibility. I'm now teaching at the University of Dayton School of Law. I'm starting my first year here in Dayton, Ohio. Throughout my time in the academy, I have written a number of different law review articles, which you can see on my bio if you want to look it up on the University of Dayton School of Law website. My scholarship mainly deals with constitutional law and constitutional limitations on civil procedure. I'm really excited to be teaching you this course on civil procedure because civil procedure is so fundamental. In my opinion, it is the most important course that you can take in a legal education program. That is because civil procedure basically gives you the groundwork, the rules of the game for all of your other courses. It's a very important course. So in civil procedure, we're going to learn about the power of the courts in the United States and how a case actually is litigated from start to finish, how a case is filed, what goes into the documents, how a defendant responds to a complaint, what types of motions are filed, how parties gain evidence, and so forth. It's an extremely important subject that really sets up the rest of the curriculum. It's also a heavily bar-tested subject. This is one of those core subjects that is double bar tested. This is true if you're taking the bar in Washington, if you're taking it in California, or if you eventually take a bar anywhere else. It's tested both in essay format and it's tested on the MBE, the multi-state bar examination in multiple choice format. So it's really important that you understand the rules of civil procedure, both from a practical perspective, because whether you're going to litigate transactions, whether you're going to litigate property disputes, contracts, whatever it is, you need to know the rules of civil procedure. You also need to know the rules to pass the bar exam. This course is an online asynchronous course. What that means is all of the lectures have already been recorded and you're going to watch the lectures on your own. Attendance then will be tracked through quizzes at the end of each module. The quizzes themselves do not factor into your assessment. Your assessment will be based, 100% of your assessment is based on the final examination. That test, which will be at the very end of the semester, will be composed of both multiple choice questions and an essay question. And there are multiple chances for you to practice for that essay and get feedback from me embedded in this course. Those attendance quizzes at the end of each module, even though they don't count towards your final grade, they're great practice for the final exam. Make sure you complete them because that is how we track attendance. You need to complete at least 80% of the lectures, of the modules in this course to be able to get credit for the course. That's very important. You have to take those quizzes. Please review the syllabus in detail. It can be found on D2L. That's the platform that this course is operating off. That's where all of the materials can be found. I want you to start after watching this video by reading through the syllabus very carefully and reaching out to me if you have any questions. As I mentioned, you can cover this course at your own pace. All of the course is already up on D2L. You could watch the entire thing in the next week. I strongly recommend, though, that you don't do that. I recommend that you pace yourself. It's a lot of material. It's very complicated. And for you to really get the most out of this course, you should pace yourself. I recommend that you spend about 4 to 6 hours per week on this course throughout the semester. Now, I realize, of course, that is not possible for everyone every week. If you take a week off, if you miss a week, though, spend extra time the next couple of weeks to catch up. I think you're going to get the most out of the course if you proceed in that manner. There are readings which can be found on Learn-Leo. Simply search for Civil Procedure and with the Professor SCHMITT, and you should be able to find the book on Learn-Leo that will have all of the cases that you need to read. If you have any technical difficulties, whether it's with D2L or with Learn-Leo, please reach out to the Coastal Law Sync Desk. I unfortunately probably will not know the answer to any sort of tech problems. Now, I mentioned this is an asynchronous online course, but there are 2 synchronous review sessions. What that means is there will be a review session. I will be on D2L in the online rooms. I'll send you information about this ahead of time where you can log in. You'll see my face. I'll go through and review the material, and you in real time can ask me questions. You can use a microphone. You might want to, you really should have access to a microphone on your computer, or if that's not possible, you can type questions into the chat box. We're going to have 2 of those. One is about halfway through, and the other one is close to the final, before the final exam period. Watch the news feed, look for updates or reminders on those sessions and other sessions with the LL.M program. And please, as you're going through the course, if something doesn't make sense, if you want some clarification, any concerns at all, please feel free to reach out to me. You can do that in a couple of different ways. You can post in the discussion forums. You're going to see that once you get into the course, if you go into communications, there are discussion boards for each module that you can go in and ask questions. You can write out your comments and so forth. Please also feel free to email me directly. If you have an urgent issue, that's probably the best way to reach me. I check my email fairly regularly. That's really the best way to reach me in a prompt way, or you can give me a call. Now, again, I'm not always in my office. I may not respond immediately, but I do check my voicemail regularly, and you will get a response. If you want to talk to me, probably the best thing to do is to send me an email and we can set up a time to talk. Or I have office hours on Wednesday and Friday from 11 to noon Eastern Time. With that being said, again, welcome to the course. I think you're going to get a lot out of the course, and hopefully it'll be a valuable experience for you. And I look forward to having you in the course this fall.